the day he was born. As in, like, we have a very special bond. So I'm very close to him. He's very close to me. We are very open to each other. We would share anything and everything. And so yeah, like last six, like in between, it started 6 months ago. 2 3 months in between weren't. I think it was like the worst phase where we were going through, and I genuinely thought that probably he needs therapy. And then I was talking to his mentors, his coaches, because he's like a professional squash player. He's like top 10 in the world right now. So, talking to them, talking to a couple of his mentors, I realized that maybe not him. I need that kind of coaching. I am the one who would be needing some kind of a mentoring. So,
Correct.
because one fine day he just, gets up and he's like, I don't want to go to school. This is not what I want to do in life. School is bullshit. And, we come from a very normal, like, how conventional thinking has been. So, and, it just came as a surprise that, dude, and he's excellent in academics also. He's been like a topper in his school. So yeah, so we had that tough phase, but now touch wood. So when I went through the pre-teens and the teens course, that's when I figured that probably, in that time he was in that phase where he just does not want to listen to anything. And now he's in the phase probably, you know, he's ready to accept what everyone is saying, but he's still not able to, follow it 100%. Because undoubtedly he's a very
That he's good academically, he's good at sports, he's top 10 and all of that, but I don't want you to treat him like some special child. Like,
right.
in your head you have to remove this thought that my child is very good,
Okay.
right? And you have to make him feel and make yourself feel like your child is an ordinary child,
Right.
right? Because otherwise what will happen, everything that he does, you will start linking with him being a little different or good at other things. So
Right. Okay.
basically, and that will put pressure on him,
Okay.
pressure of performance, and if he does not perform, it will lead to a loss of identity. So I'll share with you now a few examples. Sometimes what happens when children are naturally good at few things and they
Mm-hmm.
get a lot of appreciation or they get early recognition or more fame, sometimes it becomes very difficult for them to manage their emotions, because now they are feeling, what if I don't perform well? Because if I don't perform well, people will not like me or they would not respect me, and that puts a pressure on them. So I want you to make him feel that you love him, not because he's good at squash or not because he's good academically, but just because he's your son.
Right.
And I
So,
don't want you to appreciate him too much.
okay.
At whatever he does, I don't want you to appreciate him too much. You can sometimes, very lightly appreciate the effort. And I'm so
Okay.
glad that you're going for your practices. I'm so glad that you're working hard. But don't be like, oh wow, you're top 10. Oh wow, you did so well. Because we feel we are helping them, but we are actually putting pressure on them. And even they
Right.
don't realize that they are taking on the pressure. And
Right.
what happens is they will stop trying other things then. They'll just do this thing only, because they will feel that this is one thing I cannot lose, because if I lose this, I lose everything. Children who are good at things, they will not be willing to experiment. They will not take risk. Now, when it comes to behavior, it is all driven by connection and understanding, not by telling him do this, do that, or do this, or be like this, or be like that. So it's not about him following what you're telling him to do, but it's about him making the right choices. And
Okay.
he'll be able to make those right choices when he is feeling emotionally connected and he's feeling safe,
Okay.
right? So, like, treat him like a normal child, number one. Sit with
Mm-hmm.
him and tell him that, I know there is too much happening in your life. Maybe there's a lot of pressure on you because you're squash, school, this, that, and whatever. But I there is something that has been bothering me, and I just want to share it with you, right? I don't want anything to come in between our bond, our relationship. If you feel some things that I say are bothering you, please come and talk to me and tell me that, Mummy, you spoke to me like this. Next time, can you please share it like this instead? Because I never want to be a mother who forces you, pushes you to do anything. Anything I say will be with the intention to help you, but sometimes maybe my intention do not come out when I'm communicating. What I'm saying might not be aligned with my intention. Because he's an intelligent child, so he will understand this, right?
Yeah.
You tell him that, you tell me how can I do it differently, so that I can work on myself and I can help you better, and I can help our relationship.
Right.
Same, if you share something with me which hurts me, do I have your permission to share it with you? Because I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to force myself on you. I don't want to force you to do anything. Because we are all adults, and we'll all eventually do what we want to do. So I don't want to force myself on you. But I'm your mother, and I just want our bond to be healthy. And understand, I don't love you because you're the best squash player. I don't love you because you're good at academics. I don't love you because you're good at piano. I love you for who you are. Even if you do not rank in squash, even if you do not play the piano, even if you don't go to school, I will still love you.
Yeah.